Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing an eyebrow tutorial today. A lot of people ask me how I get my eyebrows the way that I get them and how I fill them in and stuff like that. So I decided to just go ahead and make a video for you guys so that you all can see it at once. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope that you get the point of how I get my eyebrows. And if you want to know how I get my eyebrows the way I get them, keep watching. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start off by brushing on my eyebrows. And you can do that with an eyebrow brush or a spoolie brush. I'm just going to use a spoolie. I got this from my local beauty supply store for like $1. I'm going to be filling in my eyebrows with NK's eyebrow pencil. I don't know how focused it is, so yeah, it kind of just looks like that. I'm going to fill in my eyebrows, and I'm starting from the inner corner and working my way out. I'm doing this in baby strokes, okay? My eyebrow naturally starts here, okay? Some people kind of move their eyebrow further out to give it a more elongated look. That's just based on preference. I don't usually do that unless I'm going for more of a dramatic look, but you know, it's what you are looking for that day. If I look like really shiny, I just wash my face and put my moisturizer on, and for some reason that moisturizer makes me like sweat. Like, I don't know what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with little strokes, and I'm gonna extend it a little bit. So you see how my eyebrow starts here, but I pushed it forward a little bit more here. And once you get up to where your arch is, you're just going to begin to curve down. So you're taking it up to your arch and down to where your eyebrow stops. Wherever you see the hair stop is where you want to stop. You don't need to drag it all the way down here. That's really unnecessary. As you can see, I need my eyebrows done. We're going to ignore that. Next thing I do is I go on the top and I stop where my natural eyebrow meets. I don't extend that part all the way out, and you'll see why a little later. And now, where your arch meets the top and the bottom is where you want to, you know, decide whether you're going to do what I do and curve your eyebrow or make it more sharp. Now, I used to make my eyebrows more sharp, but I stopped doing that and I started curving them. It's just for the look. It doesn't matter. So I'm just going to curve it down and have both the ends meet each other. Okay, just like that. Now you're going to work on filling in the middle. Now, some people use powder to fill in the middle of their eyebrows. I just use the same pencil that I'm using right now. I don't find that it looks any different, better, worse, or whatever when I do it with powder, filling it in the middle. I actually find that I'm just applying way more product than I need to, so I'd rather just use the pencil. But you can use the powder and the pencil if you want to. I never really seen a difference in, you know, it looking better when I use the pencil and the powder together. So, but use what works for you. But if you were to use the powder, now is when you would do it. Or certain people just use the powder for the front to fade it in, but you know, I have a different way to fade mine in, so I'll show you that. You're going to start by filling in the middle of the eyebrow. I start from my arch, and then I do the tail of my eyebrow. This is called the tail of the eyebrow, by the way. And if you know you're that much of a beginner, the arch is the part that goes higher up. You should brush your eyebrows in the way that they grow, is because when you get to this point, you want to start filling in the middle very light-handedly, in the direction that your hair grows, okay? That way you get more of a natural looking eyebrow. You get even lighter handed when you get towards the front. Now for the other eyebrow. If you notice on my left eyebrow, it kind of doesn't have that much hair down here as opposed to where it does up here, okay? Those are things that you fill in your eyebrows for, okay? So if you were just filling in your eyebrow and you weren't going to clean them up with concealer, you would lightly dab the product. Now for this, I would use powder, okay? I wouldn't do this just for fun, but I'm going to show you what just a filled in eyebrow could look like. Now I'm doing the strokes in the way that my eyebrows grow. Just filling my eyebrows just for a real natural look, I would leave them like that, but I want my eyebrows defined, so going back to the same technique we used with the right eyebrow. Okay, so the eyebrow brush that I usually use, I can't find it, so that one is from Elf. It's kind of like an angled brush, but instead of being angled, it's just flat at the top. But since I can't find it, I'm going to be going back to my 266, I think this is. Yes, my 266 brush from MAC. It's the angled one. Just looks like that. And I'm going to be taking a little bit of the concealer on there. You do not need a lot. Literally, you only need like the smallest amount. And I'm going to be cleaning up the bottom and top of my my eyebrows. For a more natural look, I know some people usually highlight underneath their eyebrows with a lighter concealer and then a more natural colored concealer on the top. You can do that for a more natural look. I have done it before. Most of the times I just use whatever concealer I'm using for the top and the bottom, which is what I'm going to be doing today. With the back of the brush, you're just going to begin to blend it down. Now, your fingers are the best blending tool. I say that all the time and I will stick to that. So after all of that, I still blend it out with my fingers. Because you do not need harsh lines. You do not need anything looking out of order. You want it to look very neat, very natural, and very blended. Some more concealer, and then you're going to just start at the top. And even after I blend out with my fingers, I still take my good old beauty blender, okay, and blend it out some more. Mine is not damp right now, and it is not clean either. Do not mind that, but yeah. Blend, blend, blend. If this eyebrow extends lower than this eyebrow, if this eyebrow extends lower, and just, you know, clean it up and stuff. Now, there was a point in time where when I did my eyebrows, they were like that. One was up higher and one was down low. It wasn't, you know, crazy noticeable, but you could see it. And sometimes even nowadays that happens to me, but because I know how to fix it, you know, it kind of doesn't show. So how you would fix something like that is just with concealer and going back in with your pencil. Pulling your eyebrows this way, blending it out, is only going to move your eyebrow further out this way. If you're pulling it this way and blending it, it's going to spread the product this way. If that makes sense. That way you have product moving to your inner eyebrow and it's blending it out at the same time. Okay, just like that, and leave it nice and faded, and then just brush up the rest of your eyebrows so that, you know, the distribution of the product is nice and blended. Last step, I promise this one right here is the last step. You want to take your eyebrow pencil, not your eyebrow pencil, your what is this, angled brush or whatever brush you can clean up your eyebrows with, and you want to clean up the middle part. You do not want to leave it like this because then it kind of creates that like invisible unibrow thing going on. So you want to brush upward. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my face.